We're approaching that time again in Deadlock where players are awaiting the next update. We've had the Old Gods and New Blood update for a couple months now, and that brought in a lot of new players and re-engaged a lot of old players back to the game. So today we did get some news on what will be in that next update, and possibly when it will be coming to the game. Players have been asking the devs for a lot of things, like the expected hero remodels, potentially more map updates, and even when we'll see the next new heroes being added to the game. So in today's video, I'm going to cover all the leaks that we got about Deadlock's next update, including the possibility that we could see a new objective being added to the map, similar to the urn or the mid-boss, that could be coming to the game as early as this week. So make sure to watch this video all the way through so you don't miss any of the Deadlock news, and be sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any Deadlock news and updates going forward. This news is coming from one of Deadlock's most notorious leakers, and that is Minesweeper. So Minesweeper put out a tweet and he said there should be a new patch pretty soon dedicated to fixing matchmaking and quality of life optimizations. It may happen as early as this week as a significant amount of feedback has been collected, the most extensive feedback in 2 years, by a new round of 20 plus testers. Someone then asked Minesweeper, are we thinking this is public access or just a general spring cleaning update? Minesweeper then responded by saying this is probably just a mid-season type thing. According to Minesweeper, one of the focuses of this update would be to fix matchmaking. As you know, Deadlock matchmaking has been all over the place recently, and over the past couple weeks, the Deadlock devs, including Yoshi, have specifically said they're trying to fix matchmaking. So maybe with this update coming to the game as early as this week, there'll be a big matchmaking refresh, possibly with the reintroduction of a standalone ranked mode. The other thing Minesweeper mentioned in his tweet was quality of life updates and optimizations. The Deadlock devs have been known to take inspiration from some of the community-made mods that add some quality of life things to the game that currently aren't in the live patch. Quality of life lock is a very popular mod that players are using right now, and the Deadlock devs may have taken notice of this and could be adding some things that are in this mod into the real game. Things like improved map icons for the jungle camps and sinner sacrifices, overall HUD improvements, more accurate timers for things like the bridge buffs and mid-boss, as well as improved audio clarity for things like footsteps. These are just some of the things that could be considered for quality of life improvements to the game. The Deadlock devs could have something else in mind entirely, but when Deadlock devs take a look at the most popular community-made mods, it gives them a good idea of what the community actually wants in the game. Someone else also replied to Minesweeper asking him if any remodels would be coming with this next update, or are the Deadlock devs saving those for the next big patch? Minesweeper responded by saying he thinks it's just a regular update. Back when the Old Gods and New Blood update was coming out, Minesweeper originally said we were supposed to be getting at least 8 remodels for existing characters alongside that update. It's been a couple months since that update and we've heard nothing from the devs regarding those remodels. I've made a couple videos in the past discussing the characters that would likely be getting remodels. Heroes like Bebop, Shiv, Grey Talon, Sinclair, Viscus, and Viper are all really due for a big facelift, and that update is eventually going to come, but we have no further information on when that update would be coming to the game. There's also been lots of reports recently about performance issues with Deadlock, specifically with memory leaks and VRAM leaks, so potentially this is what Minesweeper is talking about in his tweet with optimizations happening to the game with this next update. I'm sure the Deadlock devs have been working hard trying to optimize the game for all levels of PCs. Whether you're playing on older or newer hardware, Valve definitely wants everyone to be able to get in on the action, so optimizations and performance of the game is definitely a high priority for them. So overall, I think this next update will add a lot of improvements to the game. As Minesweeper said, from a quality of life and optimization standpoint, I think a lot of players will appreciate the update, with the Deadlock player base still maintaining an average of 100,000 players each and every day, and even a couple days ago peaking at over 117,000. The game is definitely getting closer and closer to open access or possibly even an open beta. The Deadlock devs are working on polishing the game and making it feel as finished as possible, and with a player base number like this, I could really see them adding a standalone ranked mode that's more fully fleshed out with a proper matchmaking system in place to not only appease the players that have been complaining about these matchmaking issues for quite a while now, but also begin testing the ranked mode for the official release of the game. Now, at the beginning of the video, I did mention that there was a possible new objective being added to the map. Some objectives that are already in the game would be things like the walkers, the urn, and the mid-boss. But with some new leaks that we got earlier this week, it seems like the Deadlock devs could be adding some more objectives to the map. Deadlock news account Deadlock UA put out a tweet with some information from Ghostwriter saying that there's a new objective that can be found in the files called the Replicator. The Replicator could be similar to the Tormentor from Dota 2. It might also be a mini-boss near one of the lanes, or perhaps a revival of the old Vanguard concept. Minesweeper also put out a similar tweet, but included no source of the information, but we can only assume that this is also from Ghostwriter. Minesweeper said he was told about the existence of a Replicator similar to a Rejuvenator or the Tormentor from Dota 2. It might be some kind of side lane neutral boss or a follow-up to the Vanguard NPC. Both of these tweets reference something called the Vanguard NPC, and this was a leak that came out almost 6 months ago. It was reported a while back that a new objective would be coming to Deadlock, a capture point where teams must stand in a selected area to earn rewards. The winning team may earn an NPC that helps push the enemy base. Activating the capture point may require a team to slay the Vanguard first, then capture the point. There are other assets referring to control points and objective locked icons similar to Team Fortress 2's control point system. This is why we are led to believe the Vanguard will be a control point. Here's some of those old voice lines that were found in the files 6 months ago referencing the Vanguard NPC.
They're trying to secure the Vanguard. We're securing the Vanguard. We captured the Vanguard.
So it's very possible that this Replicator could be an updated concept of the Vanguard NPC, but both tweets also mentioned something called the Tormentor from Dota 2. The Tormentor is an objective inside Dota 2. When killed, it gives one person on your team a random Aghanim shard, which basically made one of your abilities do different things / upgrade it. It's not known how an objective similar to this would be implemented into Deadlock, whether the devs could be considering adding the enhanced items from the Street Brawl mode into the regular game. So maybe you kill this Replicator objective and it randomly enhances one of the items that you have on your hero, or perhaps it randomly selects someone on your team to give a legendary item to. None of this information is truly known, but what we do know is that this Replicator has been found in the files, and the Deadlock devs are definitely thinking about adding more objectives to the game. Minesweeper followed up that tweet by saying he's not sure if this is really true or not. However, Ghostwriter also mentioned that the urn was changed to be always on the enemy side, and only be on the river drop-off if your team was losing. This was tested not long ago. So what Ghostwriter is saying is that when a team picks up the urn, it will always be on the enemy side of the map, even if it's neutral. It will only go to the current neutral drop-off when your team is losing. This is going to make the urn so much harder to turn in when you're playing in a game where your team's souls and the enemy team's souls are almost the same. The idea of a new team-based objective being added to the map is super interesting and can add a lot of complexity to the way that your team navigates the map and takes fights in the jungles. Let me know all your thoughts down in the comments below about these leaks and about the next Deadlock update that we could be getting by the end of this week. Do you think it's possible that we're getting an official ranked mode with some matchmaking changes? And what do you think we're going to be getting in terms of quality of life and optimizations to the game? And also let me know your thoughts about this new objective called the Replicator that could be coming to the game very soon. Do you think it's going to be similar to the old leaked capture point or Vanguard NPC, or do you think it's going to be completely different or similar to the Tormentor from Dota 2? Like I say at the end of all my videos, Deadlock is going to continue to grow in 2026, so be sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any Deadlock news and updates going forward. My goal for the end of March is to hit 2,500 subscribers, and I'd appreciate all your help in getting there. So as always, I'll see you in the next video. Later.